Hello, darlings! My complete breakdown of the Dragon Age 4 official trailer. The clips, voiceover, the music, everything. First to note, not actual game footage. It's a taste of the direction the game is going. Things are subject to change. My interpretation of it is it's concept art in video form. First painting, Mary the Mad, Meredith, with red lyrium from which the idol was extracted into Winter Nights. Second, Corypheus, with the orb, presenting the symbol of the yin and yang, the body and the higher consciousness, the earth and the fade. The next two paintings need to be observed side by side, for I believe they are made to be interpreted as many things combined, for they symbolize the coming threats to the fade and or from the fade, and observing them side by side provides more insight. What looks like the nightmare demon could also be a Venatori, dressed as though in robes, arms crossed in opposition. On the head could be some sort of helmet. It looks like it's dripping, perhaps blood. It sprays out like blood magic. The Venatori want to tear down the veil for Tevinter Reborn. The drips could also be the brine from the pools of grey liquid. This would then represent Ghilanane and her monsters. The fourth clip could be the torn veil caused by Solus, caused by the Venatori, caused by something else. This could also be a Kunari, built big and bulky, arms also crossed in opposition. Looks like Sarath from Trespasser. Around the Kunari it's red, almost as though red lyrium. The Kunari want to destroy magic, which inevitably might wind up tearing down the veil. These two paintings also look like two upside down horned demons. Two old gods, Razikali and Luzakan. Two Evanuris, Falundine and Dirthaman, the twins. If this is Ghilanane in demon form, I do not know, but they represent threats to the veil that can disrupt Solus's ritual and make everything go awry. As in, his ritual fails, thus the veil isn't torn the proper way and it causes mass destruction instead of restoration. We have a first clip with a lineup of beasts, creatures we've never encountered before, creatures native to the Underfells, with a warrior or someone, could be any type of person. If a warden, perhaps Davrin. This person stands in a desolate area, which to me seems to be the Underfells, based on the terrain. A beautiful gate with arches that look elven. Floating land afar, similar to some of the concept art we saw this summer. Ruins in Arlathan Forest, perhaps, or another place where the veil is thin. A crow holding a golden goblet. The symbols on the goblet are quite interesting. Perhaps is the pattern of the first Talon. It looks like bird feathers and crow type designs. And who else would have a golden goblet than the first Talon, sitting on the roofs of Antiva, based on the architecture of Antiva that we've seen previously. This is Antiva. Is the first Talon then one of the Delamorte cousins? By the looks of it, it ain't an old hag, that's for sure. The way the crow is dressed further reinforces Lucanus. Ilario doesn't dress that way. It should have been him as first Talon, but alas, this reinforces Lucanus as alive. But whoever's the first Talon, one of the Delamorte cousins, that's for sure. The crow is watching a castle with some sort of magical explosion. I don't know if those are lanterns or if the street is on fire. I wonder what that magical explosion is. Maybe that particular crow knows who caused it or caused it and is now watching from afar, having a drink to his victory with his first Talon goblet. Minrathis with Tevinter banners and a sky castle that seems to be floating. Lots of magical lights. Minrathis never sleeps, Dorian has said in Tevinter Nights. And we see someone sneaking, perhaps Event, by the way we're dressed, perhaps a Venatori. A forest Perhaps Lavellan forest with someone wearing a mask. Could this be a Kunari, an Avar? I see kind of horns. We enter an area with red lyrium fungus and growths in the stone as shown this summer. Darkspawn are confirmed. The person attacking the Darkspawn is the same being from the previous forest, horns more apparent, thus confirming they are Kunari. And their bow has green magic, perhaps rift magic. There's also the possibility that it could be some form of Mortalitasi magic that we have yet to discover. And look at this freeze frame. This is the Venedal from this summer that stands in the cemetery, but this time with a lot more of the red lyrium overgrowth. Solus stands before a mural depicting the paintings that we saw earlier. Those were his paintings. What stands out first is the dread wolf above a globe type area that seems to be the world, the dread wolf in the fade, and the stained glass windows are the dread wolf's eyes. The dread wolf looks like he's crashing down like a comet. The dread wolf's jaw is either infected with red lyrium or filled with blood, ready to gnaw at the people of Thedas. The mural shows places as though marking where red lyrium has spread. Looks like towers like Minrathis, towers like Antiva. Perhaps the mural depicts also certain events that happened in Tevinter Nights, or that link to events in Tevinter Nights. Mare the Mad to the red lyrium idol, Corypheus to the Venatori, Tevinter and Antiva to multiple events. So we see Minrathis and Antiva engulfed in red lyrium inside the globe that represents the world. On either side, we have the depictions of Mary the Mad and Corypheus on ground, and above them, the two upside-down demons in the fade and the dread wolf in the fade. Perhaps Solus is painting his regrets. Solus definitely seems to be regretful. His hand touches the dread wolf as though it is his biggest regret. I've speculated that Solus has been separated from the dread wolf. He is the dread wolf, but sundered himself. The spirit in the Library of Verdethara said that they were sundered from themselves.
When they sundered, so did we.
And he sundered from himself when he created the veil. Thus, he is on the earth, and the dread wolf, his spirit self, is in the fade, but because separated, became corrupted and is now a demon. And that would be his biggest regret, if that is the case. He has always painted the wolf separate from himself. Perhaps Solus wishes to reunite with his self, or he must destroy it. The dread wolf also looks like he's about to swallow Solus. If Solus is indeed sundered from the dread wolf, then perhaps the two will have to battle. One will have to destroy the other. Destroying one may destroy the other.
I walk the Dinan Shiral. There is only death on this journey.
That stained glass window, though, absolutely beautiful. Solus turns and sighs, and he looks sad, as though on the verge of tears, or has been sobbing. He's heavy with woe. Solus's face, however, doesn't look elongated enough. His chin is more elongated in Inquisition. The title at the beginning and at the end gave no title reveal. However, the Dragon Age title is in the sun, a symbol of the Maker. Maybe we're gonna learn more about the Maker. Maybe he's a threat like I speculated years ago. It definitely seems like a combination of characters and companions being shown in the areas our protagonist will come from. We're seeing places like Lavellan Forest, Navarra, Tevinter, the Anderfells, Antiva, Rivain. If these are companions that we're seeing, then it probably confirms a Crow companion, a Navaran Mortalitasi companion, a Warden, an Elven and Mage Kunari companion. And we saw a lot of concept art to suggest this sort of thing this summer. I was also expecting the voiceover from this summer, so I was a little bit disappointed about that, but I'm happy about the voiceover that we did get.
And occasionally, unwelcome tag-along.
Which confirms that Varric is a character right off the bat. He speaks of Meredith and Corypheus.
I face tyrants and would-be gods.
Would-be gods is something Solus said in regards to the Evanurus too.
I sought to set my people free from slavery to would-be gods.
Hint, hint, nudge, nudge, wink, wink.
Seen friends lose life and limb.
Either Hawk, Stroud, or Alistair lost in the Fade to the Nightmare.
But there's always someone bent on breaking the world.
Why would Varric say that? And the video goes right to the sun and the symbol of the Maker. Could the Maker be a threat? If not the Maker, the symbol of the Maker represents the symbol of gods. Ghilanane, perhaps? There are numerous hints to Ghilanane herself being a threat and her monsters into Winter Nights.
It's time for a new hero.
Our protagonist, the new hero, we will not be playing the Inquisitor.
No magic hand.
This doesn't mean that the Inquisitor will not be in the game at all, either as an advisor or that we will meet them, or that there won't be any scenes at all that we will play as the Inquisitor. It just means the playable character is a new protagonist for the majority of the game.
The kind of person they'll never see coming.
I said this summer about the no power thing meant that the protagonist would have no political power, because if the protagonist is a hero that the enemies won't see coming, then that means that we have skills, that we have abilities, that we have magical prowess. So we're not completely powerless. We just don't have any titles, any major faction behind us. We're someone without that immediately perceived power, just the more common folk, and we will grow in power throughout the game. So we're either a Lord of Fortune, a Crow, a Mortalitasi, Elven, a Vint, a Warden, depending on our class and race. The origin story will take place in a different country of Thedas.
We've got your back.
Who's we? The characters in the trailer? Are these then possible companions, as maybe the lineup of characters we saw this summer? And we, the protagonist, are who these companions will follow.
I've got your back.
If this is the case, then this means that Varric is a confirmed companion, not just a character. Albeit he could be an advisor, he could be the one to initiate a gathering of people, he'd recruit us, maybe lead us to begin a rebellion of sorts, a resistance. But I believe as a companion. The phrasing of the rest leaves to interpretation.
Demons, dragons, darkspawn, even the Dreadwolf.
The way I first interpreted it is that demons, dragons, darkspawn, even the Dreadwolf won't see us coming. However, the way it's placed right after I've got your back leaves to interpret that demons, dragons, darkspawn, and Solus also have our back? What? A darkspawn companion? Would be strange. I don't know how that would work, but it would make sense for all these weird beasts to be on our side if we're fighting Ghilanane and her monsters, and red lyrium fungus spreading throughout Thedas. Okay. Perhaps. I personally think it's the former, that they won't see us coming. But if it is that they are on our side, then this really makes some very interesting companions. Then in that case, what are we fighting? A double blight? The Maker? Let's go back to my very first videos and predictions and theories. Also, demons, dragons, darkspawn, dreadwolf. 4 Ds. D4, DA4. I see what BioWare did there. In numerology, the 4 is dependable. In tarot, the 4 represents the Emperor, leadership, authority, responsibility, personal power, and self-mastery, self-confidence, self-reliance, endurance, and tenacity, and protecting what is created. All qualities of the new protagonist, methinks. Solus was already confirmed as a character in Dragon Age 4. This reaffirms his presence in Dragon Age 4. The question obviously remains, how do we interpret the ending of the voiceover that Varric says? Is Solus going to want us to help him fix his mistakes once again? Or he's not going to see us coming? Or perhaps they did it on purpose to have these two interpretations possible because both possibilities will be attainable depending on our choices in Inquisition, at the end of Trespasser, and our choices at the beginning of Dragon Age 4 and throughout the game. Either we will align with Solus and help him fix his mistakes, or come to fight him and fix his mistakes. Either way, we have no choice. The music sounds Antivan or Rivani or Tevinter or Anders. At the title, the music swells and has rhythms similar to in the Dreadwolf Rises trailer. Notes and rhythms similar to the Inquisition theme.
It's time for a new hero.
With other notes and nuances, obviously. This part right here
No magic hand.
is going to become the main
No
theme for Dragon Age
ancient
4.
prophecy.
Wanna bet? It also seems to have hints of Corypheus' theme or Blight type theme within it. And the final notes are similar to the Dreadwolf Rises teaser trailer, just the way that it ends. The final notes to me sound like hints of a lament. It has a sad tone to it. Trevor Morris's music is just so beautiful. Let me know what you noticed that I may have missed and your interpretations as well. Let me know in the comments below. Like this video if you like it, subscribe to be Jimmy approved, and I'll see you all soon. Masaranas.
So, you found me at last. I suspect you have questions.
If you're new here and you like my content, be sure to subscribe and hit the bell icon for notifications. Like it if you like it, for the like it if you like it dance. You can also follow my website, binkyproductions.com, where I post everything from all my channels. Exclusive! If you want to support me, consider buying my book, Stardust Destinies 1 Variant Facing. Magic, dragons, fantasy, all relevant links below. Thank you so much for your time. Your continued viewership is very much appreciated. Masaranas.